UFC Fight Night, Tatsuro Taira versus Hyung-Sung Park is happening this Saturday. Aren't you guys excited? Because I know I am. This is going to be one of the best cards of the year. Psych. It's going to be one of the cards of all time. But, you're going to have these cards every now and then. Let's get through it. UFC 319 is not super far away. It's 2.5 weeks away. That's the big one. DDP versus Chimaev. We don't have that much longer to wait. So we just got to get through this one. And then next week we've got Delidze versus Fluffy Hernandez, which that's a more exciting main event than this main event. Because at least Fluffy Hernandez is on a big win streak. We want to see where he's going. And they're doing a very weird career progression for Fluffy Hernandez. You would think that, okay, he's beaten so many guys at this point. He should be fighting top guys, but Delidze it is. I'm not complaining. I like it when they do stuff like that. Anyways, first fight, Piera Rodriguez versus Ketlin Souza. Which one looks more of a lesbian? Which one looks more lesbian-y? I think Ketlin Souza looks more lesbian-y, and so because of that, I'm usually going to pick the woman that looks more like a lesbian, but I don't know if Piera Rodriguez is a lesbian. She probably is. And I think Ketlin Souza is married to Carl Rosa. Aren't they a couple? Is that her? I think that's her. No. Denise Gomez. Never mind. Scratch that. They looked similar. They're both of a loss win. I would pick the lesbian fighter. They're both the same height. Reach is the same. Just based on records, and Piera Rodriguez has a win in her last fight, we're going to go with Piera Rodriguez. Who cares? Next fight, Rafael Estevan versus Felipe Bunes. Am I a casual if I don't know who these guys are? I watch every UFC event. Granted, some of the early prelims from time to time, I'm on my phone a lot of the time. I don't pay attention, and some of the names pass by my head. I don't know who these guys are. And I don't consider myself a casual. I'm going to go with Rafael Estevan. 13-0 record versus 14-7. Similar heights, same reach. What else is there to say? Am I going to analyze, oh, this guy throws leg kicks. Oh, this guy does double leg takedowns a lot. I don't remember any of these guys fighting. Another fight I don't know. Featherweight, Austin Bashi versus John Yannis. This must be his UFC debut because he doesn't even have a picture. Austin Bashi, I don't remember watching Austin Bashi fight. So yeah, this is his debut. I guess I'm just going to pick Austin Bashi. What is there to know about this guy, John Yannis? Apparently, he's got 3 knockouts in a row, so maybe. But that was in the regional scene. This is different. Next fight, middleweight. Okay, this is where I actually know somebody. I know Nick Klein. I remember Nick Klein. He lost to Abdul Malik. After he rocked Abdul Malik, that was his fight to win, and he lost it because he's just not super good. But am I going to pick Andrei Pulyaev? Pulyaev, however you say his name. Is he actually 6'4"? U.S. versus Russia. Yeah, I'm going to pick Andrei Pulyaev. That might be a mistake. They're both off of losses. Let's see his record. Oh, he's only had 1 fight in the UFC. Never mind. I'm picking Nick Klein. I know Nick Klein's only had 1 fight in the UFC as well, right? Yeah, and that was the one he lost. But at least he hurt Abdul Malik. This is hard. That's a hard fight to pick. Does he have a wrestling background? Because if he does, then maybe you should pick him. But I'm going to go with Nick Klein. Go with my own people, America. Next fight, Rodolfo Vieira versus Trezeguet Gore. I'm going to go with Rodolfo Vieira. Trezeguet Gore is a mediocre fighter. I hate seeing his ugly face every time there's a UFC card. It's like, oh, this guy again. He just looks like a weird deformed baby. Like he never matured and grew up. He's just got the same baby face. It's so weird, his face. Rodolfo Vieira, Brazilian, looks in really good shape. Look at his build. Easy fight to predict. Easy fight. Tressie Gore. Give me a break. Next fight. Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. I'm going to pick Nathan Fletcher. Asians are brittle. They're weak when they're up against white fighters and black fighters. Controversial opinion. I'm telling you right now, a guy that looks like that, look at his face, is not going to beat a guy that looks like that, okay? Not in MMA. Pick Nathan Fletcher. He's a Brit. He's got combat experience. He's from a country with... Okay, I'm not going to do that accent. That's bad. I don't know how to do an English accent. I'm going to pick Nathan Fletcher. Nathan Fletcher, that's easy pick. Next fight, main card, Danny Silva. Oh, we're in the main card, and it's dog shit. Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. I'm going to pick Kevin Vallejos. An Argentinian versus... I'm guessing he's Brazilian-American? Silva? Silva's not really a Mexican name. It's more of a Portuguese name. We're going to go with Kevin Vallejos. 15-1 versus 10-1. He's going to be shorter, which means he's going to be stockier. Land those big overhand rights. He's going to probably knock him out. Kevin Vallejos, that's the easy pick. Okay, I know Neil Magny. Neil Mitty versus Elizu dos Santos. I'm just gonna pick Neil Magny. Losing to Carlos Prates isn't a sin. You know, in the first round it was bad, but I'm just gonna pick Neil Magny. He's fraud checked people before. He beat that preppy looking Canadian guy, Mike Malott. That weird, I was going to call him a really bad name and have my channel deleted. Now, my channel wasn't going to be deleted because nobody watches my videos, so the algorithm wouldn't have picked it up anyways, but I was going to call Mike Malott something really bad. But yeah, he beat Mike Malott, and he's going to beat Elizu dos Santos. Easy pick. Neil Magny. Haitian sensation. Next fight. Carol Rosa versus Nora Cornole. Carol Rosa is a big, butchy lesbian. And because she's a big, mean, butchy lesbian, I'm going to pick her to win over Nora Cornole. Now, she's half a loss, but who cares? She's got 18 wins. She has more experience. Experience triumphs over inexperience when it comes to women's MMA. Nora Cornole has 11 fights. Carol Rosa has what, 25? Yeah, 25. And she's a lesbian. A big, mean lesbian. Like Nora Cornole. Look at Nora Cornole. I mean, Carol Rosa. That is, look at all the tattoos. She does power scissoring. She does violent, brutal, aggressive power scissoring. And if you were underneath her, if you were the bottom, you would feel all of that power and pain. And it's bantamweight. Women's bantamweight. That's going to be a big woman in that octagon. Women's bantamweight division is very bad right now. Carol Rosa, she's going to go in there and she's going to beat the shit out of Nora Cornole. You heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. Carol Rosa, that's the pick. Lesbian power. Okay. Lightweight. Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. How can I not pick Esteban Ribovic? How can I not? Beautiful first round head kick KO against Terrence McKinney. Then he goes to war against Daniel Zellhuber in the Sphere card. I remember that fight. That was a great fight. I'm going to pick him again to beat Elvis Brenner. He loses to Haqparast, which in a fight, I thought he won that fight. I mean, it was a close fight. Easy pick. Esteban Ribovic, El Gringo. White Hispanics. I love white Hispanics. Elvis Brenner. Look at Elvis Brenner. Ugh. Who would pick Elvis Brenner? Esteban Ribovic is going to win because I manifested it to win. Okay? Co-main event, Mateusz REBECKI versus Chris Duncan. REBECKI, he gives that beautiful fight against Mitabek Orobai. Fucks Mitabek Orobai. His eye was fucked. His whole face was fucked. I mean, to be fair, Mitabek Orobai's face is already fucked. Even if there's like no damage or bruising or anything on it. Like, he's just a really ugly human being. Poland versus Scotland. Who am I going to pick between Poland versus Scotland? Am I going to pick someone from a Western country that is pampered and hasn't had to deal with a war in a long time and hardship and poverty? Or am I going to pick the stoic, brutal Eastern European that comes from a hard background, a hard upbringing? I'm going to pick the fucking Polish guy to beat the shit out of Chris Duncan. Mateusz REBECKI, he has a chin. The dude is durable. He's tough. He's a tough motherfucker. I think he's going to put damage against Chris Duncan. He's short and stocky, which I think in this case, short and stocky guys, unless the height difference is very, very one-sided, like a 6-inch height difference or more, I don't think a 3-inch height difference is all that much. That's the same as Topuria and Oliveira, and we saw how that ended up. If it's like ridiculous height difference, then it matters, but this is nothing. And then the record, more experience, 20 wins, 2 losses. Chris Duncan's got 13 wins and 2 losses. How old is Mateusz REBECKI? He's got to be up there. He's not even that old. He's 32. He's in his prime. He's in his prime. And Chris Duncan? He's got to be young. I imagine. Okay, they're the same age. They're both in their prime. Young guys, 32, not that old. We're going to go with Mateusz REBECKI for the co-main event. And then the main event. This is a dog shit main event. And I know it was supposed to be Amir Albazi, but even with Amir Albazi, it's dog shit main event. Like, just because they're flyweights that are ranked high doesn't mean we want to see that as a main event. Nobody wants to see these flyweights in a main event anymore, man. Like, it's just bad. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyung-Sung Park. Hyung-Sung Park is taking this fight on super duper short notice. Tatsuro Taira isn't. I'm going to pick Tatsuro Taira. Japan versus South Korea. This is a grudge match. These two countries have had a long, brutal history against each other. They don't like each other. Remember all those comfort women that Imperial Japan kidnapped? They're brutal. If you have to pick between Japan and South Korea is more brutal, you're going to pick Japan, okay? Okay, that's fucked up to say. Ignore that. Nobody's going to watch this video anyway, so, like, who cares? I'm going to pick Tatsuro Taira. Losing to Brandon Royval isn't the end of the world. Brandon Royval is a good fighter, and there was a lot of grappling in that fight, and I remember Tatsuro Taira, he looked exhausted grappling. He wasn't ready for all the grappling. And I remember at the end of the fight, he looked really distraught, like he was crying. And a lot of these Japanese guys, they cry after they lose because, like, an honor thing. It's like, oh, that was his first loss. So that was a big deal for him. Imagine going 16 fights, winning 16 in a row, and then losing. So yeah, he cried. And because he cried, I feel like he's going to take this fight very, very seriously. He's going to come back with a vengeance. He's not going to lose this fight. Whereas Hyung-Sung Park, he's probably getting paid a lot more than he's used to because he is taking this on short notice. The UFC are like, hey, we need a guy. We're going to pay you triple or quadruple the amount that you've normally gotten. Come in on short notice. Get your check. And he's like, okay, fine, I'll do it. But I do think Tatsuro Taira is going to win based on all those attributes that I said before. Asian versus Asian. There's going to be Asian violence this weekend. Not excited for the main event, but I am going to watch it. Yeah, I'll be streaming the main card, giving my live reactions. We're going to have my predictions up on the side of the screen, seeing how good I get my predictions, which ones I got right, which ones I got wrong. See you there. That's all I got for you. Peace out.